Hi, I'm going to talk about a game called Can You Do This? It's all about seeing whether your dog can hear you to your verbal cue whilst there are distractions out in the wild. So that dog over there, can they hear you do a recall? That thing they want, can they hear you to come back or to do what you're asking? So many dogs and so many people say how their dog just blanks out, can't hear, doesn't react when they call, when the distractions around in the environment. So this is like the baby steps, the first foundations for getting them to hear whilst they're in high arousal or highly excited in what they're doing. Okay, so what we've got, I've got a chested disc. This is a yogurt pot lid. I'm going to put a treat on there and then have young Torin here, who's 1-year-old working Cocker Spaniel, have him at a little bit of a distance, place this down, and then I'm going to ask him to do a down or a sit, depending on what he's doing at the time. These are both verbal cues that he knows without a physical cue. So it should be something, so choose something that your dog knows really, really well, being able to stand still and say sit or down, and they know to do it without you're physically doing something. Because when they're away from you, you want them to be able to hear and do what you say when you ask them to do it. So I'm going to call him in. Come in. I'm going to place this down. I'm going to bring him over here. Just give him a treat there. And then I'm going to place the disc down over here. Place a treat. You can see it. Place a treat there. And then I'm going to ask him to down. Give him a treat there, get it. Gave him a little bit of time to just see whether his brain was gonna engage. Gonna bring him over here. This time I'm gonna start him a little bit further away to see whether he can find it a little bit easier. So I'm gonna place the treat out here. Down. Yes, good boy, get it. Okay, so we found it a little bit easier when he was just that little bit more distant. If your dog finds that really hard, go 2 to 3 meters away and then gradually bring them forwards so they're a little bit closer and a little bit closer. When that thing is in front of them, they find it very hard to hear and do the thing you're asking when there's exciting things in front. Try. Okay, so I'll try it one more time. Try. Bring him over here. Place a treat down. Sit. Nice. Whoops. Give him there. Get it. So that time I just switched it up to a sit because he was standing. Good boy. Bring him back over here. Place a treat down. Whoops. If they go for it, you're just going to bring them back. Maybe treat them as you're doing that. Down. Yes, good boy. Get it. Okay. Now, occasionally you might be able to ask for them to do that behavior. Down. Get it, and just get it immediately rather than reinforcing in the down. I hope that makes some sense. When you could put a toy down there, start off with something very low value food wise, so it could be their daily ration of kibble, just a piece of that, and then slowly, gradually build it up so it's more and more exciting, higher value things there. So going from a piece of kibble to a piece of steak, you want a few little levels in between there, but just make it easier if they're finding it harder. If your dog is aroused, overexcited about stuff already, they're going to find this really, really, really hard. So you want to make it easy, add distance, make it a lower value thing on the target, and then start to build it up and build it up. It takes time, takes a little bit of commitment. And in another video, I'll show you Tink, who is pretty good at this stuff when she's in movement. So the other thing you can add with this, that when you're starting them off still. So you can actually move them into, can they do it as they're moving towards that thing? So moving towards, down. Too hard, that one. Bring him back over here. Down. Yes. Get it. So a little bit of movement made it fractionally harder for him to actually focus in that brain. Okay, keep your dog on lead so they can't go self-reinforce, And if they do go towards it, just pop your foot over the target, the other piece of food, so they can't get to it. Bring your dog back away, reset up, and then ask them to try again. Okay, hi, I've got here with Tink and a ball. Tink's very ball focused, so I'm going to show you how the Can You Do This game so that it extends into real life. So she loves the ball. I'm just going to get her into middle position. I'm going to throw the ball out and then release her to go and get it. Now, as she's running to get it, I'm going to say down. She'll drop into down, and then I'm going to call her back into middle and then release her back out to get the ball. Come here, middle. Get it. Down. Get it. Good girly. Good. Good girl. Okay, so things like that can be achieved by the simple first setup game. Can you do this whilst I have something distracting out there? Okay, so enjoy this game. It's a bit of a wow moment when your dogs start doing this stuff. Okay, thanks.